Hey, what's happening? Welcome back to Team Is TV. We are at the races, and I am down in Australia still. We are at Tolmer Speedway, and this place is big and bad. So, first time here. That's the toughest part about coming over here, is honestly, it's like my first time at all the places. We rained out at Avalon. I was so pumped to go to Avalon because I actually had laps at Avalon, so I had a little bit of a idea of what the track was racing like, potentially. I don't know. But new night for me. This place is built like I-55. It's hard to say that it's gonna race like I-55, but I have laps at I-55. Made my first World of Outlaws show at I-55, so I'm pumped about the night. I was gonna go show you the track, but they're playing music, so I can't. Yeah, so I come over here, and I mean, everybody's got stacker trucks and trailers, semis, all the good stuff, Maxims, Ryder motors. I guess somebody was telling me somebody's got Charlie Garrett's. I didn't even think you could buy those. You know, I thought you had to be Indy Race Parts to get a Charlie Garrett or Anthony Macri or something like that. But I'm telling you what, boys over here have some hitter motors, some beautiful equipment, some beautiful trucks and trailers. It's been a lot of fun, but I am so ready to get going racing. So hopefully we drew good. I wasn't here when they drew the pill. Got the cameras on the car, waiting on a driver's meeting, get my suit on, and we're gonna get this day started. Hey, thanks for clicking on the channel. We are at Tolmer Speedway in Australia.
It might be a bit of a weird drive if we are with each other.
So I was talking to my buddy Troy Jenkins. He runs a midget in Sydney, and he was driving through to go to Adelaide. They're running midgets at the Adelaide race, and I said, man, it looks like there's a really good car count, and of course there is. He said this is like a title race. This is like one of the biggest races you could go to, because Perth is 30 hours that way and Sydney's 15 hours that way, and everybody is coming to meet here tonight. So we got J-Mac, we got Kerry Madsen, we got Jock Goodyear, we got the Kingston, we got Matt Eagle, we got all the good guys. And we're gonna find out tonight kind of where we stack up here in Australia with our B39. This place is big. It's the same dimensions as I-55, but it looks more like Lawrenceburg, maybe a small Lawrenceburg. the car felt pretty good.
Just got done with practice. Car was really good. Car was really good. This place is so easy to drive. You got tons of room. The banking is beautiful. But we ended up 10th quick, which isn't stellar. They said we were quick time in practice, but practice doesn't pay. Qualifying does. So we're starting a little deep here. I think that makes us miss the invert in the heat race potentially. So I thought I'd walk up here and watch the next flight. We were in the first flight, 10th quick in the first flight. Throwing mud. That poor car. All right, so one of our problems, and the boys are working on it right now, was we went from 13 inches of stagger to 11, and we were a little tight out there. So they're trying to find a left rear that makes the right size. Man, the tires are such a deal, you know, like they don't ever blow up consistent, and so you really have to just mount tires and change tires and measure them and make sure you have what you need. And it's just sitting in the trailer. They changed driving down here, so that's typical. That's a Hoosier for you. I think we're in the first heat. We should start third row inside, maybe outside, I'm not sure. Heat 2?
Heat 2, P5.
P5, okay. Okay, sweet. That's good. We can not be in such a rush. Somehow my rear camera went on time lapse, so I'll run that as a reel later this week.
All right, I start inside second, inside third row. You need to run fifth in order to transfer.
This is like racing in the fog. Look at that sunset. That's so pretty. You are pretty as well, but the sunset is beautiful.
We have some pretty cool
It doesn't do it justice on here.
No, you can't ever capture it on camera.
No, you can't. But I tried. Well, the sun has set on another beautiful day here in Australia. We're down here at Border Town. Borderline, Border Town. Man, it's so hard to keep up with all this stuff. It's like a whole new dictionary when I come over here. Everything they say is different. But we just got done with the heat, and that went really well. Super pumped to just make the show. You know, we started 5th and we had to run 5th. We ended up running 4th. We were throwing slide jobs for 3rd. The car was really good. The boys are over there working on it now, changing a gear set, I believe. You know, now that the sun had set, maybe the track, if they feed it some water, it might stay a little bit. But we're basically, all we can do is go off the notes from the last couple races. You know, and we've got ourselves a little bit on the tight side on the start of the night, you know, or on the start of the feature. So I voiced my opinion to Keith, and they're working on it right now. Once you load this thing up with fuel, you know, we typically go out with 15 gallons of fuel, and then by the feature time, we put 28 in it. Well, last weekend we didn't finish all the laps, but we made 23 laps, and when we came in, we still had 15 gallons of fuel. And that is, you know, so our balance, you have to run the fuel in case you have yellows, but you know, you got to get the balance right with the fuel load, because that's, you know, you got to get to that 30 lap checkered flag in order to win some money and in order to win down here. So we need to make sure that the car is good for the whole race. Oh yeah, little side note, I just really can't say enough about how nice everybody is in Australia to your boy. I mean, I am no hero, but I enjoy racing, and I've been chasing this racing dream since I was 10. If you would have told me when I was 10 that I'd be flying to Australia, New Zealand, England to go race cars, to go race sprint cars. You know, I grew up going to San Jose Speedway as a kid. You know, we'd race quarter midgets, and then we'd all go over to San Jose Speedway. All my quarter midget friends, we'd end up at the sprint car races, and never in my wildest dreams did I think I was going to be racing this awesome machine. Never. You know, my family didn't have the fundings to go much farther than midgets. We ran a midget. We had a midget for a couple of years, and we ended up getting help. And you know, when I moved back to Indiana, I had never even driven a sprint car. I moved back to Indiana in 07 to chase my dreams, because I had to get out of the rat race in California. You know, I had a buddy, my good friend Art. He bought a house, and it was $500,000, and it was like a 3-bedroom, 1-bath, 2-car garage that you had to park in the garage. And I'm looking at his payment was like $2,500 a month, and I'm looking at this like, I'm not gonna work my life away to have a house to live in. So me and my dad moved to Indiana, and through hard work and determination, I've clawed my way into sprint car racing. You know, was so fortunate to go down to Knoxville this year, drive the 01 car and the 360, and end up in the 1 car with Brian Sumby. You know, that stuff was top-notch equipment, and those guys really gave me an opportunity that nobody else would give me, you know, in order to further my career. So hats off to Alan, Verveil, Kayleen, and Brian, Jimmy, and Ryan back in my Knoxville crew. That was life-changing. Me going to Knoxville and learning what to do to make this thing fast, what I needed to do to better myself, is really a game changer for me. But it also made my season really tough. You know, in order to, you know, I might make $500 a night racing with some shirt sales and the way the car finishes, and I was only running 1 time a week with going to Knoxville, and it kind of hurt my financial situation. And then I come over here and I expect to make it all back, you know, and wishful thinking. My girlfriend's not exactly thrilled. We haven't finished, and she said, you better go win. You better go win if you want to go back. Bring home some money. And it's unfortunate because I really need money to make my life go around. Meanwhile, these guys are spending astronomical amounts of money for me to be here racing. So it's such a catch-22. I don't want to complain about it, and I can't to these guys. I mean, he's throwing new tires on this thing right now. That's a $500 right rear here in Australia. And we just put 2 of them on the car, killed a left rear. That's $2,000 worth of tires, $1,000 worth of fuel to get down here. You know, and so it's such a tough thing to complain about because I'm over here living my best life. I mean, this is what dreams are made of. And it's tough to always keep a positive attitude when I need to make some money. So if you bought shirts while you were here, thank you so much for picking up a shirt and supporting Team Ez TV. Hey, I don't know if you knew this, but 55% of the people that watch Team Ez TV are not subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, subscribing is free. That is totally free. And when I post my videos, all it does is it comes through on your feed, whether it's your TV, your phone, whatever, your iPad. So please go like and subscribe. I got 36,000 subscribers, and there's another 40,000 of you that are watching Team Ez TV that are not subscribed. Please go like and subscribe for me. And hey, thank you so much for watching. An exciting night of racing. This place is wicked. Oh, that's enough from me. Trophy dash time. Well, the dash was wild, slick to the fence. They tilled the bottom, and it was better for the B main. They're working on the track right now, and then it's time to get in the car. So, hey, thanks for watching Team Ez TV. We start 15th, and let's go forward and get main goal here. Just finish the night. We're just trying to finish the race, get that behind us, and then we're off to Adelaide. Oh, we finally finished one. Man, we were up to 8th and maybe even 7th. Had a solid run going, and the track kind of got abrasive and it took rubber. And I thought I kind of gave away some spots at the end. I just couldn't get any forward drive off the corner, and I thought I was keeping the tire underneath me, but I found the problem. Look at that. It's actually got some texture. Yeah, once you start seeing cords, there ain't no drive. So that's why we lost some spots at the end. But how about this place? It's so wide. It's so awesome. Big slide jobs. Rip the lip, run the bottom. It was a blast. Hats off to the crew down here. Down here in Bordertown, these guys have done an amazing job building, you know, a dream track, really. You know, this is I-55 down under in Australia. What a beautiful facility. And if you made it out to the races, I thank you so much. We really need to get people to the racetrack. If we can't feel this, if we can't pack the stands, our sport is gonna die. So please get yourself out to the racetrack. Please like and subscribe on the channel. Hey, thank you so much for watching. We got 2 days off, and then we're at Adelaide, the Adelaide Napa Grand Final. I am so pumped about that. I went down to Melbourne Performance Center, and those guys have some absolutely stunning race cars. Like, I walked in there thinking I was just going to a sponsors, you know, he had a couple race cars or whatever. And I knew last year they said he had Porsches, but I never got a chance to go over to the shop, and wow, I was overwhelmed. I mean, he had like 6 R8 race cars, Audi R8, GT3 International Circuit Racing. He had the Porsche Cup cars. He had a Nissan Skyline that was amazing. Oh, dude, this guy's shop, absolutely stunning. You guys should go check those guys out. Melbourne Performance Center. They do all kinds of Audi work, so if you have an Audi and you need some maintenance done, those guys have it. On the other side, they do that. Big shout out to my friend Kenny at GP Truck Products. All Class Body Works, Valvoline, Redline Engineering, and hey, thank you so much for watching Team Ez TV. We would have been close on weight. We're losing it.